Now the two gadgets that I have for you today come from Mitashi. One is a smartphone that doubles up as a gaming console and the other is a dedicated gaming console. Both of them run on Android. Are they worth your hard-earned money? Well, we're about to find out. Now the first of the two consoles that I have for you is the Mitashi ThunderBolt Pro. If you look at it, for the first impression you're going to get is that it looks very much like the Nintendo Wii U controller, but it actually runs Android on it. Let's start with the design. It's actually kind of lightweight, which may make you feel that it's a little cheap, but it's not. It's actually quite well built. Placement for your hands, the little indent at the back is very comfortable for you to hold it for very long hours of gaming sessions. The trigger and shoulder buttons are also well placed, so it fits right in with your hand. Coming to the two analog sticks, they're very similar to the ones we've seen on the Xbox 360 controller. The D-pad is also there, but it's kind of a little bit jagged. I mean, I wish it was separate buttons for up, down, left, right. Coming to the face buttons, you do have them as 1, 2, 3, 4. A good thing is that you can customize the face buttons as per your requirement. So as you can see, there are a bunch of ports and a button at the back. You start off with the power button. The next is the charging port. You have a micro USB port and an HDMI out. At the back also you have a bunch of buttons. You have first the micro SD card slot. You have the start and select buttons, between which lies the volume rocker and of course the headphones jack. The volume on the console is quite loud. Now the volume does tend to crackle if you put it up at 100%, but at 80-90% it is pretty good, especially if you're gaming in a small room. The speakers rest right below the D-pad and the face buttons. Moving on to the specifications, as you can see, the face of the device has the 5-inch display. The 5-inch display has a 480 by 800 pixel resolution. Not the best, we wish it would have been 7. Much on screen. The system does come built in with a few emulators, and that is one of the best features of this console. It comes preloaded with a few games you've probably enjoyed on your PS1, the Nintendo 64, the Super Nintendo system. I mean, it has the classic Batman and Aladdin 2D games that I played growing up, and it was pure nostalgia value. You could pick this up just to enjoy classic NES and Nintendo games or your PS1 classics. 8 GB of built-in storage, which can be expanded up to 32 GB via micro SD card. The 3500 mAh battery gives you a battery life of about 3 hours of continuous gaming, which isn't a lot. Coming to the performance, this runs on Android 4.4 KitKat, which is great. So overall, for a price of 10,000 rupees, you do have Sony's first generation PSP. But if you're a casual gamer and you want to relive a great amount of nostalgia value and like playing Android games, then the Thunderbolt is definitely a worthy investment for 10,000 rupees. But this isn't the only device we have for you today. We have a device from Mitashi that's not only a gaming device, but it doubles up as a smartphone as well. We have the Mitashi Play Thunderbolt. So this is the next device that we're going to take a look at. The first thing you notice when you pick up the device is that it is quite heavy. On the left you have the analog stick, which is very much like the PSP. In fact, it feels almost identical while playing and using it. On the right side you have 6 buttons. Not all of them are in symmetry. One is big, 3 small ones on top. You can assign specific Android functions to these buttons or use them for gaming as well. Now coming to the specifications of the device, it has a 5-inch screen with a 720p resolution, which is great. It has a quad-core processor, 1 GB of RAM, 16 GB built-in storage, which is expandable via micro SD card. So the specifications are pretty standard, what you would find on a 13,000 rupee phone. There is a rear and front-facing camera, but their performance isn't exceptionally great. There are better performing smartphones with cameras out there. Now if you're someone who has a budget of about 13,000 rupees and wants a smartphone with dedicated gaming controls, you can consider the Mitashi Play Thunderbolt. Well, that's enough gaming for one episode. What Asha has for us is one of the most anticipated smartphones from Xiaomi. Asha, what do you have for us?